Hey friends, welcome to today's training. I'm going to be going through the 3 biggest myths about starting your own online business. If you have found yourself starting and stopping, struggling on the hustle bus, or maybe your business has started, but it's not actually making money the way that you want it to, you're probably feeling really burnt out. And like no matter how many people that you follow, you chase after, and YouTube videos that you watch, you cannot seem to get your online business to get started where it actually scales and make money. This is the conversation for you. Get a notebook and pen. Let's get into it. Are you ready to grow your online business, make consistent income, start a successful podcast? Welcome to Online Business for Christian Women with Stephanie Gass. It's time to grow, girl. All right, myth number 1 is that you can get rich quick. Now, maybe it's stated in other terms like this will help you make profit immediately, or if you just blank, you will make money, you will have success, like build an online course or have a tiny offer or become a high ticket coach. But the myth is that you cannot get rich quick. And if you do end up getting rich quick, it is not going to stick. It will not be sustainable. A study by the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation found that it takes on average 3.5 years in one particular business before people started seeing substantial profits. 3.5 years. Now, honestly, I don't think that's that long because time is going to pass anyway. And I think why not get focused and serious about the business that you really want to grow in? Marry it and go all in. 3.5 years, it goes by in the blink of an eye, and you're going to start having that success. Look, I know we're drawn to the desire to make money quickly. I get it. I've been there. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. However, only the last 6 years of that entrepreneurship journey was I really, truly financially successful. Because the reality is, friend, that it takes clarity on what the heck your business is. It takes a clear, intentional plan on how you're going to build the business and what your method of lead gen is going to be, long form, PS, hashtag long form. And it takes time. Because as we produce, as we show up, as we are consistent, as we grow as leaders in our space and get edified in our space, that is where people trust us. And that is the only way that you actually start making those sales that you desire. All right, so your tactical tip to overcoming the myth of getting rich quick is to set a realistic next step goal for yourself. What is the thing that you're trying to do right now when it comes to starting your business? Is it get clarity? Is it start the long form method like starting a podcast? Is it to sit down and build the website? What is the thing that you really need to do right now? Set that realistic goal for yourself and then follow one foot in front of the other. Follow that simplistic plan that you've set out for yourself to get it done. If you need some help here, I have lots of free trainings and resources for you at stephaniegass.com. All right, myth number 2 is that you must be an expert in order to start. Look, many believe that before you can start your business, you have to have some kind of extensive knowledge, you have to have decades of experience, or my favorite, some fancy acronym behind your name for you to be credible. That is actually not the case. A survey by the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor found that many successful entrepreneurs began their business ventures with limited knowledge. They didn't really know what they didn't know, but they got started. And that is the entire point and purpose here, is that people who are going to follow you, listen to you, and ultimately buy from you, they're 2 steps behind you. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know where your person is right now. That's why I always tell my students, don't build a business based on where you want to go. Build a business based on where you've been. What have you already done? What have you successfully walked through? What are the trials, triumphs, and beautiful things that you have overcome? That is going to be the thing that your business should be founded on. The skill sets and giftings that God has given you, those are on purpose because you're meant to help other people with those things. So stop worrying about being an expert and start worrying about getting started and feeling equipped with what God has already gifted you. Okay, your tactical tip to overcome this myth that you have to be an expert is to write down 5 to 10 things that you feel really good about, you feel qualified in, things that you have overcome, skills that you bring to the table. Write that list down and then take a real 10,000-foot view and then audit that list to see how can this help someone else in this niche that I serve. It's going to help you feel so much more qualified and equipped to start. All right, myth number 3 is that having an online business means you're going to have to sacrifice your family or your faith. I remember feeling this way right before I passed my first 6 figures in my online business many years ago. I ended up meeting with a coach. And what we discovered is that I was actually afraid of success because I had idolized success and money in my previous business to the point of burnout, to the point of utter exhaustion, leaving me completely broke and broken. And I was really afraid of that story becoming my story again. And so I think so many of us find ourselves in this place of thinking we're going to have to sacrifice time with those that we love or give up that beautiful pocket of time that we have with God each day, because when else are we going to build a really big, fruitful, successful business? And the myth there is that you have to build a business in methods that drain you and take and steal all your time. According to a report by the Harvard Business Review, many entrepreneurs successfully integrate their personal values into their business, allowing a balance for time and work. And a survey from Gallup found 61% of Americans believe that work-life balance is essential for well-being. So we can all agree that work-life balance is absolutely necessary for us to actually have that peace as we go and grow a business. So here's your tactical tip to overcoming this lie and this myth in your life. It's that you have to really discern how you are spending your time when it comes to growing your business. Are you sitting down and doing an audit of every hour that you have to show up in your business and knowing where that hour goes? When I did this work, I found that I was wasting 4 to 5 hours a day on Instagram stories, making reels that went to the algorithm graveyard because 24 hours later, my content was dead and it had a very short shelf life, versus swapping that out, getting 20 hours back, putting those hours in my pocket and producing a podcast. That podcast took me 2 hours a week to record, edit, and publish. And that podcast led me to a 6-figure and then a multi-6-figure and then $1 million company, because a podcast is content that's going to bring in leads, generate leads, give you your time back so that you don't have to sacrifice your family or your faith. And it has a shelf life that never expires. So content that is long form is going to be your BFF when it comes to really growing a business where you are not going to be a slave to creating 24/7. We want to really think about how we're spending our time as online business owners and how to have more reach in way less time. So I want you, in your tactical tip now, to think about the one method that you're really marrying to grow your business. And then I want you to evaluate how you can let go of those other methods that are not serving you. I actually completely got off of Instagram for 2 years as an online business. And it was in that 2-year period that my podcast hit a top 20 podcast and that we had incredible growth in my team and in my company. I had to let the things go that were stealing my time. So I encourage you to think about what that could be for you. Thanks for checking this out. If you found this video helpful or encouraging, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and turn on that little notification bell so that you never miss another video. And P.S., if you want to listen to over 700 podcast episodes about how to grow a kingdom business that is actually going to produce income and glory for the kingdom of God, check out Online Business for Christian Women. And lastly, I want to support you in blasting through these myths so that you can grow a business step by step with intention. And I want you to know exactly what to do. So head to stefaniegass.com/resources and download my business blueprint, my podcast checklist, or any other resource that you might need. All of them can be found at stefaniegass.com/resources. I'll see you soon.